this Hearts win, it might well be Robbie Nielsen's last game in charge. Well, they might applaud. Mark Warburton unable to do anything about it, and Rangers were second best. Igor Rossi, just a day on from hearing about the loss of a very close friend, Josimar, involved in that Brazilian club tragedy, was able to steel himself for the game at hand, the business at hand. It was Robbie Muirhead who scored not once but twice his first goals for Hearts. So 3 points in the bag, and it's Heart of Midlothian who jump into second place in the table. The final score at Tynecastle, Hearts 2, Rangers 0.
Thank you very much to Derek and the team. That's a nice touch by Igor Rossi there, of course. The terrible tragedy the Brazilian football team, the plane crashed, and he knew one of those players, so that is a nice touch from him. What a performance by Hearts overall tonight. We all wondered about the reaction the players would give their manager, Robbie Nielsen, because it's widely assumed that he will be leaving to go to MK Dons. Well, that is some send-off. And we're back with you in a couple of nights for our new show, Scottish Football Extra. That's 7 PM on BT Sport 2. And right after that, a big game in the Championship, second against first, Dundee United against Hibs, 7:30 PM on the same channel on BT Sport 2. So the table then, after that one, the midweek match, and it's looking much better for Hearts now because they have leapfrogged Aberdeen and Rangers up to second place on goal difference, and they've made a statement in the process as well. They really were in charge from the off here. They took their chances. Robbie Muirhead, the 20-year-old, scored twice. Robbie Nielsen has probably just been given the ultimate send-off. More on him and the match next. Welcome back. What a performance we've just seen from Hearts tonight. Young Robbie Muirhead has come to the fore. He's got his first goals for the club in a vital victory. Perhaps on the night Robbie Nielsen says his goodbyes. Let's get some immediate reaction now from the excellent Bjorn Jonsson and Callum Patterson with Ailey Barber.
Well, Bjorn, another big win tonight. Things seem to be clicking at the moment.
Yeah, we're firing on all cylinders right now. I think it was a big win for the guys. You know, we really wanted it since the last couple of weeks ago, but we had to focus on Motherwell first and get the points, and we needed points straight away. So I'm thinking that, you know, boys are buzzing, stadium's buzzing, we're happy about it.
You had a real part in the first goal with your flick through to Arnaud Djoum. It came at a perfect time as well, just before half-time. How much did that set you up for that second half performance?
I think just the way we played in the first half set us up for those goals. I mean, we were pushing them, we were pressing up high. I think that you know, the new mentality of pressing up high and trying to win the ball up higher up the pitch is working for us. And you know, the ball came in and I had to do what I had to do. So credit to Jim to give it back so I could give it to Boobsy, and yeah, got the goal.
Could there have been a third goal opportunity with the penalty claim when Reras went down?
I didn't really see it. I had turned my back to it, so I don't know. I really don't know about it. So I just wanted to score. Obviously, I had a chance as well. And I mean, we could have scored 4, clearly.
Yeah, big night, Callum. It's been a difficult week, I'm sure, behind the scenes with all the uncertainty. How much was that performance down to the manager and down to you as a group of players?
Yeah, you know, he's done a great job here, and we're thankful to have him. So it's massively down to him, but also we played really well tonight. You know, we had like Bjorn said, we had a game plan. It was to press Rangers high at the pitch because we know we like to play out for the back, and I think we've done that, and it came off effectively.
It moves you back up to second place as well. If the manager was to leave before the end of this week, it would be a great place for him to leave the club.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, he's been doing great here, and he deserves all the plaudits he gets. But you know, we'll keep working hard behind the scenes, and yeah, we're grateful that we're in second. I think we deserve it.
Also, on a side note, on a personal level, Steve McLaren was here from Derby. We believe watching you tonight. Is your future something that you think about as we come up to that January window?
Yeah, you know, everyone knows I'm out of contract, so I'm here to do my job for the team first and foremost, and if people are watching, then that's great for me.
Well done tonight, guys. It is Robbie Muirhead who's man of the match, so I'll let you give that to him in the dressing room. Thank you. Don't steal it.
They were excellent, as was Robbie Muirhead. Well played Hearts tonight. Kevin Thompson's here, a very happy Michael Stewart, Stephen Craigan as well. Overall, what a display that was.
Yeah, it was I said at half-time, it was a thoroughly dominant performance from Hearts. It continued into the second half. You know, you look at the Rangers side and it was an abject performance. It looked like a side that didn't know what to do. You heard the guys there talking about they were pressing Rangers high up the park. Rangers never combated that. They just continued to play into Hearts' hands, and full credit to Hearts because they were top drawer tonight.
They got big performances as well from major players. Bjorn Jonsson we picked out ahead of the game, and Robbie Muirhead maybe played his best game for the club at the weekend against Motherwell. Well, he's bettered that now.
Well, it's strange because, you know, he played against my Motherwell under-20 side about 4 weeks ago. You know, and I thought his career was drifting away. He was one of the ones who came through at Kilmarnock. You know, moved to Dundee United, big things expected. Came to Hearts, another great move for him. And you just wondered where he was going. So to see him playing on Saturday, he'd done very well. Tonight it was about goals. You know, that's what he'd be remembered for. When you're a forward player and an attacking player, you're going to be remembered for goals.
So your under-20s marked him out the game, obviously.
Well, no, he didn't. But you know, you just wondered where his career was going.
Yeah.
Because there was so much hype and expectation as him as a young player. But, you know, credit to Robbie for what he'd done, stepping on, being aggressive, a yard quicker, a yard stronger, more aggressive, really wanted to win the game tonight, and Rangers couldn't match it.
You know, Stephen's talking about where do you think Robbie Muirhead was going, and you look at the setup and the shape of the Hearts team there, and they look as if they've found, you know, something that fits with the players.
Yeah, Arnaud
Djoum playing in his best position, number 10. Bjorn Jonsson up top, who caused problems for the Rangers defence all day long. Robbie Muirhead on the left causing problems, and Jimmy Walker out there on the right. And Don Cowie, I mean, you literally go through the whole Hearts team, but they look balanced and comfortable in the positions that we're in.
Okay, shall we hear from Robbie Nielsen? Still the Hearts manager for now. Here he is with Ailey Barber now.
Well, Robbie, that was a dominant performance out there. Given everything that's been going on behind the scenes, just how big a performance was that from your players?
Yeah, I was absolutely delighted with our man. I thought right from the start on the front foot, pressed Rangers, stopped them playing, and it made it a very difficult night for them. And you know, I thought it was the 11 guys out there that gave everything for the club, which is the most pleasing thing.
What does it say about the group of players that you have here, the performance they put out tonight, given everything that's been going on and up against tough opposition?
Yeah, look, we've had periods like that in the season so far. We had that performance like that last week at Motherwell. It's been coming and it's been going, it's been coming. It's up to them now to try and sustain that, and you see the levels they can get to. So I thought it was fantastic, and it's a great result for the club.
For you personally, the game tonight is now over. It's a vital 3 points for the club, but what happens to you tomorrow in terms of your future?
Well, I'll be back in at work tomorrow morning. You know, this is not about me or anything. You know, that's the whole thing. It's about the players. As the season is, you know, Stevie and I stand outside and blow the whistle at training. You know, it's the players that do the work. So tonight is totally about them, and you know what will be will be.
Thanks very much, Robbie.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks.
He might not think it's about him, but there's an awful lot of Hearts fans who are celebrating tonight who are wondering, is he actually going to be taking the training tomorrow? Need some clarity right away, don't they, Michael?
Yeah, I think so. I find it all just a little bit bizarre and strange, the way it's been, you know, handled and dealt with. But you know, not forgetting about it. But whoever is going to come in here, what a side, what a setup. And again, it just highlights for me what I think is a strange decision, which I think is perhaps not the right decision. You know, Robbie Nielsen's got to be standing at the side, and you heard in the interview said it's up to them to continue to hit the consistency and hit those levels. That should surely be, as a manager, you're looking at the side and thinking, we're capable of hitting those heights. Let's go and do it. There's no reason why Hearts shouldn't go challenge for second place this season, go and challenge in the Scottish Cup. These are all the things that haven't been achieved yet and are still possible of being achieved. That's why I just find it strange to leave a big club like this to go to MK Dons.
And the challenge now is to recreate that performance over and over again for young players like Robbie Muirhead as well, who already said he was absolutely excellent. It was Jonsson and Muirhead who teamed up for that first goal.
Yeah, the consistency is a difficult thing when you're a young player. That's one thing that experience brings you, and when young players first come into the scene, it's a difficult thing to achieve. But this Hearts side tonight, they really were terrific. You can see here they're causing Rangers all sorts of problems all night. I think that right-hand channel, the left-hand channel for Rangers down the side of Wilson and Lee Wallace was a real difficult problem for them tonight, and Hearts exposed that really, really well.
It was just their movement and their running power. And the big thing you can't give a player, the willingness to go and run. You know, yes, you can have attributes, but you have to use them, and you have to bring it onto the big stage. And you've seen Djoum doing it, you've seen, you know, Jonsson doing it, Muirhead, Walker, boundless energy. You know, just always wanting to push and probe. And once you get the goal, and once you get the second goal, it gives you more belief and it gives you more energy. And Rangers just couldn't cope. You know, it was only a matter of time, you know, before the second goal came.
Harry Forrester, though, played a part in maybe Rangers not getting back into the game because of his position here. This goal was given and then ruled out because of Forrester right next to Jack Hamilton. Was it the right call for you?
100%. I mean, we're not a million miles off of the line of this, and I said to you straight away that Harry Forrester was offside. You can see quite clearly he's in front of Jack Hamilton, he's interfering with play. And I think the officials have got to be applauded for getting that one. There's no doubt in my mind he's offside, he's an interfering with play, so it's the correct decision to cancel
Jack
and
Hamilton
call that
didn't
out.
actually complain, which was strange.
Rossi
it was Rossi who ended up going to the official. I'm guessing Craig Thompson was speaking to his assistant, asking, was he interfering with play, or was he in an offside
the goalkeeper
position?
from being able to play the ball.
So eventually, they got the decision. Of course, when you're Rangers, you're frustrated because you think it's a goal and you don't think it's right. But ultimately, the whole aim of the football, and being honest, is get the right decision, Kevin. I think that's what they got.
Yeah, they got the right decision. There was no doubt about it. I think the disappointment. I think that how long it took the linesman to put his flag up, but it was the indecision. I think that was the problem. But it was definitely the right decision. Jack Hamilton's impeded, and it was a terrific finish. But sadly, it went the wrong way for Rangers.
But they got it right in the end, didn't they? The officials. That's the most important thing there. And then it was 2-0. And it was coming, wasn't it, Michael?
Yeah, it was. I mean, look at the number of bodies that Rangers have got in the middle of the park, and then how easy it is for Hearts to get through here. Look at the acres of space that Jamie Walker's got there in the box, and then it's played to the back, and Muirhead coming in unmarked completely as well. He's got the run on Tavernier at the back post, and easy, from a Rangers perspective, that is far too easy a goal to give away.
Were they second best in every department tonight, Rangers?
I think in that, definitely, Darryl, definitely right over the pitch, 1-11. I think Hearts were far superior. I think that case there for that goal, you can see Danny Wilson. He's almost thinking about Johansson and behind him, and he should be thinking about Jamie Walker.
Yeah.
I think he gave them that much a hard time tonight that the both of them thought about him, when in reality the danger was Jamie Walker, and ultimately they paid the price because it was a good ball into the box and a terrific finish. Could have been worse though. You heard Johnson saying it could have been 3, it could have been 4.
Yeah.
I
I mean, should they have had a penalty?
Of course he should have. Tavernier was all over the place all night long. He was caught out defensively. Michael Halloran's completely caught the wrong side. I think it's desperation. He's sticking a leg out, hoping to win the ball. He quite clearly doesn't. I'm not too sure Reras covers himself in glory with the way he falls. That might, affect Craig Thompson's decision. But it should have been.
I think the problem is you look at the number of bodies that are in the way. I think that's the problem. There's so many bodies in the way for Craig Thompson that you see Reras at the end falling down a bit theatrical.
It does have help though, Michael.
What's that?
No, it does. Referees.
Well, yeah,
he's looking at it. Really,
you could see.
He's looking right along the line.
I would, so rather than Craig Thompson, you would perhaps say that it's the linesman that should be giving him some help there, like they did for the goal. The linesman should be given that. But as you see that angle there, when the contact's made, Craig Thompson's got a number of bodies in his way, so it's difficult for him to see.
Thankfully, it wasn't a big call in terms of the game in the end. Right, let's hear from the Rangers manager now. Mark Warburton is with Ailey.
Mark, we saw some of your frustrations on the touchline there. Just couldn't seem to get the passing game going tonight. What was missing?
No, we didn't. We were loose tonight. We didn't get it going. They pressed on. We thought they'd press on, and they pressed on very hard. But there's an outlet, and we didn't really find it easily enough or regularly enough. We spoke about what they would do, and they did it. And they're high energy, physical team, well organised tonight, and we didn't break the press enough times to get on the football and dominate the football.
Joe Dodu did have the ball in the back of the net. What was it that caused you such anger at the decision?
What caused us is we just watched it again there. The flag's never gone up. The flag's never gone up. We've got away and celebrated. The flag's down. The guy goes over to speak to the linesman, and some 15 seconds, 20 seconds after the event, the flag goes up. So inexplicable to us. Can't understand it. And we're told that the linesman was debating it. He's either offside or he's not. The job of the linesman is to be in line with the last player and to flag it. If it's offside, it's offside. But as far as our players are concerned, the ball's gone in, there's no reaction, so they've celebrated accordingly. So bemused by that decision.
Was it the right decision though? You say you've watched it back?
I've watched it back now. My point is, I think Harry looked offside. I'll be honest with you, I thought from what I've just seen there, Harry looked offside. But the fact is, the flag's not gone up, we've gone away, nothing's happened. So I was bemused by that decision.
It's now one win against the teams that finished in the top 6 last season. You've played them all now. Something in terms of that stat needs to change to really challenge up at the top, doesn't it?
Of course it does. That's an obvious one. Of course it does. You have to win your games of football. We were second going into tonight's game, so obviously doing something right. But the fact of the matter is we've had a poor performance tonight. There's no glossing over it. You've got to come to these places. You've got to win your battles. You've got to win your 1v1s, and you've got to do what you do best. And talk is cheap. You can't come here and talk about doing what you do. We didn't do that well tonight.
Was that a mental thing? Was it?
No, not at all. It's the fact we come here professionals. All of us. It's not. I don't refer to a player or the players. It's all of us have got to come and be better. And tonight we came here. We were well prepared. We were in good shape, and we didn't deliver the performance we were looking for.
Thanks very much, Mike.
Pleasure, no problem.
There's a bit of head shaking going on here, especially from you, Michael. Why during that interview?
I find that flabbergasting. Mark Warburton comes out there and says that they played the way that we expected them to play, yet they still didn't seem like they had a game plan on how to. As a youngster growing up, you were taught the first 10 minutes to turn the opposition, stretch the game so that in the middle of the park you get a bit more space to play in. Rangers never did that once all night. And Mark Warburton's talking about that they knew Hearts were going to play like that. But where was the game plan? And then I find it also astonishing to come out and complain about the Harry Forrester, the Joe Dodo goal.
The time for the decision to be made, yeah.
As if that's
13 seconds,
it's
by the way.
immaterial. The decision is correct. And he's complaining as if that was the real issue there. They got the decision correct. It wasn't a goal. I just find it astonishing.
If there was ever a game that Mark Warburton realised he needs to have a plan B or a different system change, that was it. Because Rangers were a side tonight who looked as if they wanted to play and pass and probe. Suddenly Hearts came on to them and they didn't know what to do. They ended up hitting hopeful balls up to Joe Garner, who's about 4'3" in the second half. At least he won a few and was a scrap and a fight.
Yeah.
But they looked clueless at times.
Did he make
lost.
a difference? He had a couple of chances, Stephen.
He did, because he came on and he looked as if he had a bit of appetite about him.
Another one off the line by Hearts, by the way. They did that a few times in the weekend.
Brilliant, honestly. I think he's like a third post.
This is, I mean, he does really well, and then that's terrible. He's got to hit the target and make Jack Hamilton work there. But, it wasn't just down to Joe Garner. You heard, Mark Warburton saying there that it's a collective, and he's correct there. Rangers were outplayed, outfought by every Hearts player.
So does Plan B need different personnel in January, immediately, new players coming in?
You can see that